Imagine a potter at their wheel, spinning clay into a shape that can be molded infinitely. Every touch of the potter's hand, every pressure applied, defines the vessel's final form. Life, in its essence, is much like this clay, and you are both the potter and the creation. Each decision, each action, is a stroke upon the clay of your existence, crafting your destiny moment by moment. The teachings of karma and destiny are not about blind fate or some cosmic roulette. They are the laws of cause and effect that govern our lives, deeply intertwined with our actions, intentions, and choices. As the great wisdom says, what we sow, we reap. What we do returns to us tenfold. This is not a punishment or reward, but a natural flow of energy echoing the consequences of our deeds. Today, I invite you into a story that unveils the depths of these truths. It begins with a young seeker, restless and questioning, whose life becomes a testament to how karma and destiny are shaped through one's own actions. The seeker often sat beneath the vast sky, staring at the infinite expanse above, troubled by the same question: am I bound by destiny, or do I create my own path? This question gnawed at them like an unsolved riddle. One day their teacher, a sage known for their wisdom, gave them a task. The teacher handed them a seed and said, "Plant this. Tend to it with care, and you will have your answer." The seeker did as instructed. They planted the seed in fertile soil and nurtured it diligently. Each day they watered it, shielded it from pests, and watched as a tiny sprout emerged. As it grew, so did the seeker's sense of responsibility. Yet doubts persisted. Does this plant grow because of my care, or would it have grown regardless, they wondered. One day, a fierce storm approached, threatening to uproot the fragile plant. The seeker rushed to protect it, building a barrier around the sapling. After the storm passed, the plant stood tall and unscathed. The teacher, observing this, smiled and said, "You are beginning to understand. Destiny is the seed, but karma is the care you give it." As time went on, the seeker encountered a traveler who lived recklessly, dismissing the idea of karma. "Why bother with virtue?" the traveler argued. "Life is unpredictable. Fate is uncontrollable." But the seeker had learned enough to challenge this. They replied, "Tell me, if you sow thorns, can you expect roses to grow?" The traveler laughed, brushing off the comment. Yet their reckless actions soon caught up with them. They cheated others, lied, and indulged in harmful habits, believing they were immune to consequences. Years later, the traveler's fortune had reversed. They were alone, burdened by illness, and shunned by those they had wronged. When they met the seeker again, they lamented, "Why has fate turned against me?" The seeker, now wiser, explained, "Your life is the sum of your actions. You cannot escape the echoes of your deeds. Just as a pebble dropped in a pond creates ripples, so do your actions shape your destiny." The traveler bowed their head, realizing the truth of these words. It was not fate that had betrayed them, but the seeds of their own actions that had borne bitter fruit. The seeker's journey continued, and they faced their own trials. One day, they encountered a crossroad, a path of ease and indulgence on one side, and a path of hardship and integrity on the other. The easy path promised immediate gratification, while the difficult path demanded effort and discipline. The seeker hesitated, feeling the pull of both. Then they remembered their teacher's words. "Every choice is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. What picture do you wish to paint?" Choosing the path of integrity, the seeker found it fraught with challenges. Yet each difficulty became a lesson, strengthening their character and deepening their understanding. They realized that karma is not merely about actions, but the intentions behind them. A kind deed done for selfish gain is hollow, while a sacrifice made with pure intention is bound to bear meaningful fruit. Years later, the seeker returned to the teacher, now an elder. They asked, "If karma determines our destiny, does that mean we are trapped, bound to our past actions?" The teacher responded with a parable. Imagine a spider weaving a web. With every thread it spins, it shapes its world. But the spider is not trapped in the web. It can move freely within it, and even rebuild it if needed. So it is with karma. You are the weaver of your life. While your past actions shape your present, you are free to choose new actions that redefine your future. This struck the seeker deeply. They realized that life was not a prison, but a playground of possibilities. By taking responsibility for their actions and intentions, they could break free from the cycle of harmful patterns and create a destiny aligned with wisdom and compassion. The seeker became a teacher, sharing their insights with others. They often used the metaphor of a garden, explaining, "Your actions are the seeds. Some grow quickly, others take years, but all will bear fruit in time. Tend to your garden with mindfulness, for the harvest is yours to reap." They also spoke of the ripple effect, how a single act of kindness could inspire countless others, creating a chain of positive change. One day a student asked, "If karma is individual, how does it affect the world?" The teacher smiled and said, "Imagine throwing a stone into a still lake. The ripples spread outward, touching every corner. Your actions, though small, influence the greater whole. When you act with compassion, you contribute to the harmony of the world. When you act with selfishness, you disrupt it. Thus, your karma is both personal and universal." The teachings of karma and destiny are profound, not merely as philosophical constructs, but as living principles that guide how we experience and interact with the world. To reflect deeply upon them is to embark on a journey inward, where the essence of these truths is revealed through life itself. Karma, in its purest form, is the mirror of our intentions and actions. It reflects not only what we do, but why we do it. A kind word spoken with genuine care carries the energy of love, rippling outward to touch lives unseen. Yet the same word, spoken with hidden motives, may fail to resonate or even leave harm in its wake. This reflection urges us to look within and ask, are my actions rooted in wisdom, compassion, and integrity, or are they driven by selfish desires and fleeting pleasures? The mirror of karma is never judgmental. It is simply truthful. It invites us to take responsibility for our lives, not as a burden, but as an opportunity to grow. It reminds us that while we cannot erase past actions, we can transform their effects by planting new seeds of virtue, mindfulness, and love. Destiny is the field in which we labor. It is the raw canvas upon which our actions paint the picture of our lives. Some may inherit fertile soil rich with opportunities, while others may find themselves in barren lands, seemingly disadvantaged. This field, however, is not fixed. With effort, barren soil can be tilled, nourished, and transformed. Similarly, even fertile fields require care and vigilance. Destiny is not about privilege or deprivation. It is about how we meet life's conditions with awareness and intention. Challenges, when met with courage and resilience, can become stepping stones to wisdom. Blessings, when met with gratitude and humility, can amplify the good we create in the world. At the heart of these teachings lies the power of intention. Actions are not judged by their external appearance, but by the energy that fuels them. A small act of kindness performed with pure intention can outweigh a grand gesture driven by ego. Intention is the seed from which karma sprouts. When our intentions align with wisdom, compassion, and truth, the fruits of our actions naturally nourish our lives and the world around us. Conversely, when intentions are rooted in greed, anger, or ignorance, the results mirror this discord. Reflecting on intention allows us to pause before we act, question the motivations behind our choices, and align our actions with higher values. One of the most liberating aspects of the teachings is the understanding that karma is not a trap. It is a cycle we can break. The patterns of our lives, shaped by past actions, can feel inescapable at times. Yet the teachings show us that change is always possible. Every moment offers a new beginning, a chance to rewrite the script of our lives. By cultivating mindfulness, we can break free from harmful habits and cycles of suffering. By choosing kindness over cruelty, patience over anger, and generosity over selfishness, we can create new patterns that lead to joy and fulfillment. This reflection is both empowering and humbling. It reminds us that while we may be shaped by our past, we are not defined by it. Our future is a blank canvas waiting for the brushstrokes of our present actions. Ultimately, the teachings of karma and destiny are a call to self-discovery. They ask us to look deeply into the nature of our minds, our actions, and our relationships. They challenge us to confront our weaknesses, cultivate our strengths, and live in alignment with our true selves. This journey is not always easy. It requires courage to face the consequences of our past actions, humility to accept our limitations, and perseverance to create a better future.